Yes, sir. We are back again with another session 6, I believe. I'm not good at keeping up. I'm not good at keeping up with session we're on, but session 6, back again, once again, your boy B Grace tapping in with my two lovely, beautiful co-hosts. Ladies, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. How you feeling this evening?
What up, what up? I'm Lena Rodriguez. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling full. Like I was telling y'all, my daddy just fed me right now, and he makes sure Mexican parents, they make sure you eat good. So
Yeah.
if I'm a little thick after, quarantine, after we get out to the world again, that is their fault. I'm going to blame it on them. What about you,
And I'm
Kay?
Karen. And I'm Karen Stephanie B. And man, I'm just chilling. I mean, it was a good day, productive day at work, like always. People get on my damn nerves, but nothing less. I mean, I feel like it was just very productive, and yeah, that's all I could say.
A productive day is always a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So can't
There
be
you
mad at
go.
that at all. But let's go ahead and hop right into it because I know we talked about it briefly before we started hitting record. But I think one of the biggest, my Twitter timeline at least, has been talking about Sweetie and Janae Aiko. Of course, they put out a new record called Back to the Streets, which is actually a really good record. Me personally, I've always said that I want to hear what Sweetie can do outside of like sampling another popular record. And this record is actually a really good song. So shout out to Sweetie and Janae Aiko on their new record, Back to the Streets. But during I want to say it was an Instagram live over the weekend, she was on live with her boyfriend Quavo, which we should really preface this because her boyfriend Quavo is a big part of this story. But Sweetie was on live giving it up. And she was letting the ladies know, like, look, ladies, if your man is not buying you a Birkin bag, taking you on trips, paying your bills, then you got to give them back to the streets. Now, of course, me as a guy, I was kind of like, oh man, Sweetie, you're going to have a lot of these women out here very lonely. Like, why would you give that advice? But, I thought it was a good topic starter for us to talk about here on the show of just, what are some of those things for y'all that, when talking to somebody or thinking about getting into a relationship with somebody where you're like, okay, they're going to have to do X, Y, and Z, or I need X, Y, and Z to feel comfortable in this relationship. What are some of those things? I mean, do y'all need a Birkin bag?
Honestly, I don't think I even know anybody that has a Birkin bag. I tried to look it up, and they're pretty expensive. Like, give me that money and I'll flip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with just give me the money and I'll pay off my student loans and I'll, put myself a little deposit for, a nice little crib or something. Like, I'm not tripping off no bag. That's for sure. What about
We
you?
talking about car money.
Right.
I mean, I'm with Ange, man. Like, I feel like fuck the bag. Give me some damn property, something I can own, pass down to generation. Like, that's what I'm on. I mean, maybe I'm saying this from like, I guess they want to call it the broke status or whatever. But I mean, even if I had even if someone did cop me a Birkin, I just, like Angie said, I think I would keep it, but I would just prefer something like more. I wouldn't flip it. I wouldn't flip it. Let me take that back. I wouldn't flip it because if it was a gift, I wouldn't be that fucked up. But I mean, I feel like I would want something more sentimental to me than a bag. That's just me.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I would take a knockoff. I'll be okay with a knockoff. Like, people don't know this, but my mom, she gives me these Michael Kors bags all the time, but they're actually knockoffs, and I don't care. Like, I rock the shit out of them. So, people be like, "Oh, that's a nice bag. That's a Michael Kors." I'm like, mm-hmm. But they don't see the spelling. The spelling, they don't say Michael. It's just something else.
It's a
It's
Nyko.
a shell.
It's with an N. Yeah. It's an N. Nyko course. That's what it is. But like just I mean, I guess off of the Birkin bags, like what are some of the things that as women that y'all are like, yo, like, okay, homie got to come to the table with this, or he got to have X, Y, and Z together before we can either talk or he can approach me. Like what are some of those things? Because I know it's funny to joke around with the Birkins and all of that, but this is a really real conversation to have about like, okay, like I need X, Y, and Z to be in a relationship with this type of person, to be happy in my relationship. What are some of those things for y'all?
Consistency. Like, I'm really big with consistency. If I feel like you just want to go off and not talk to me for days and then you want to come back, or even worse, like as of lately, guys been popping up out of nowhere and I'm like, where have you been? Because I ain't talked to you in a hot minute. So they come back and then they see me, boot up, and then they want to get in their feelings. And it's like, had you been consistent, sir, you wouldn't have to worry about anybody else. But I feel like the lack of consistency leaves room. It leaves a door open for another man to come in and, you know, handle his business, which has happened recently. So definitely consistency. I would say nice dates. You know, you don't even have to go above and beyond. I'm cool with a little walk at the park. You want to go for a hike? I'm cool with the hike. If you really want to, you know, take me on a trip, I'm cool with that too. I'm not gonna say no to a trip.
Yo, you went from a walk in the park to a nice trip in like 2 sentences.
Hey, I'm cool with the chill, but I'm also gonna pack my bags if you tell me it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? So
I got you.
I'm open to either or, but I think starting off, let's say we had just met and he's like,
Right.
you know, I just want to, you know, take you out maybe for some ice cream and a walk at the park. Boy, that's so romantic to me, like on so many levels. Cause one, I love ice cream. And two, you know, if you could just take me out the house, like I've been trapped in the house, take me out.
Yeah, I think it also says a lot too when you're able to like spend quality time with somebody and really get to know somebody without like a lot of distractions, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the fact that you can like just go out on a walk with somebody and it be like, yo, I had a really good time with this person. I really enjoyed the time. I think that says a lot rather than like planning some, you know, over the top extravagant date where y'all are doing all these dope activities, but maybe the connection isn't the same. So I definitely agree with you on the, you know, the quality of the date rather than, you know, the over the top extravagance of it is definitely a big thing. What about you, Kay? What are some things where you just kind of like, yo, like, you know, if we're gonna move forward, this is kind of what you got to bring to the table?
I just feel like I agree with all you guys, man. Like just consistency, and then I mean, because I've had in the past guys try to show off and be like, okay, well, I want her to explore my world, whether it's like, let's go cop a trip to New York or let's do this and do that. I'm just like, I don't even know you. Like, so me, I like to get to know a person first. And then when we grow into that foundation of just like getting into like exclusive, you know, relationship, I feel like it's important to like, you know, enjoy the most small things at first. And then if they end up growing, like to me, I feel like if I, you know, can afford to, if I could afford to like spoil him, you know, I feel like it should be like a equal matter. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't know. I just feel like with all these like extravagant trips from the very jump, to me, it's kind of a turn off. Cause to me, I feel like, okay, well, you're insecure. To me, it shows me that you're insecure about something. That's why you're, you know, trying to, you'll flaunt what you have. But I feel like to me, the importance of a relationship, I feel like it's just getting to know each other as friends, building what we know, like as far as, you know, what we want in our futures and just, you know, build from there. But then when it gets to that relationship point, you know, yeah, I mean, if I cop a bag because let's just say, you know, this podcast goes live and it goes, you know, we go on tour or whatever and we get that bag money. And if, you know, me and him aren't some, you know, husband, wifey type material. Of course, I want to spoil my man too. So it's a fair trade for me.
Yeah.
I think that's a great point, Kay, because that's kind of like how I feel about everything as far as like, you know, and this is, I get a little triggered when, you know, celebrities or, you know, women of a certain stature make these kind of statements, right? Because for me as a guy, I feel like it put me in a tough place because I've dated those women, right? I've talked to those women where it's like, oh, you're not taking me on no trip. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. We can't even talk. And I'm kind of like, well, damn, you really wasn't interested in getting to know me anyways. Then you're looking for a sponsor anyways. You know what I mean? You're not looking for somebody you're not looking for me as a person to come into your life and, you know, kind of add to it and make it better. So that's where I'll start to say I personally get triggered because not everybody is in a position as Sweetie where your boyfriend is one of the biggest rappers in the country and, you know, he can go buy you a Birkin. That's how he shows his love. You know what I mean? Like Angie said, the way I show my love is I might be like, you know, pull up on you with some ice cream and some flowers and that's my version of the Birkin. You know what I mean?
That's so cute.
But no, but I think these type of statements, they get so misconstrued because you get like, I saw Instagram story that was just talking about how the girl was saying how, you know, her nigga got to make X amount of money to even be in the DMs. So I was kind of like, okay, well, you're looking for, I ain't gonna get too far deep into it, but yeah.
Let me ask you something, be real quick. So would you, because I heard this with Charlemagne, but I kind of want to get your point because you are a man in this podcast. So I want to get your point of view. But like, do you consider a woman independent if her man is paying all her bills and copping her whip and, you know, buying a Birkin, whatever? Like, do you still like view her as independent?
Yeah, for sure. Because like I said, I'm talking to somebody right now who's super independent, but in my head, I already have like, you know, I'm about to do this for you. I'm about to do that. I'm about to do that. You know what I mean? It doesn't take away the independence. It's just that I think it's kind of like you, I think you said it perfectly, Kay, of just like you come into the relationship with the equal amount as the guy is, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you know, if the young lady is just like, oh, I need this type of dude. I need a boss. I need a baller. I need somebody that's going to take me on vacations. But she don't necessarily have her stuff together. Then, you know what I mean? I'm going to look at her like, oh, like, I'm your sugar daddy. You know what I mean? This is not a relationship. This is just me funding your whatever activities you're trying to enjoy in the moment. So, I don't think that it takes away from her independence. You know what I mean? I feel like that's saying like, oh, Sweetie's not independent, right? Because Quavo does his stuff. I don't think that at all. You know what I mean? I think that she's gotten to where she's at on her own with her own hard work. You know what I mean? But I just think it's tough because I think there are some women who take it as, who aren't independent, who don't have the drive as you two ladies do. You know what I mean? And they hear something like that and they're like, oh yeah, you gotta cash me out. You know what I mean? To even like be in my presence and be, you know, in my company. To when I'm like, yo, like, I'm a real ass dude too. Like, what are you bringing to be able to be in my company? Mm-hmm. So for me, that's kind of like, that's my initial thoughts when I hear it. Is just kind of like, it's funny, it's cool, it's cute, but you know, some of y'all shouldn't really take it to heart because y'all not getting it off like that.
Right. And can I
feel like she probably. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ange.
So can I just want to put B on the spot because he don't ever talk about nobody. He don't ever talk about nobody. Okay, he don't. Let me tell you, he gotta really like you to claim you. So the fact that he was like, I'm talking to somebody right now, I was like,
that's a fact.
Oh, you like her.
I do. That's a fact. But that's another combination. That's another conversation for another day. Yeah.
Because I've known B for a long time. And, you know, just seeing B grow as a man and, you know, see him go from like, you know, meeting somebody and him liking her. And, you know, I'll be like, oh, this is like kind of getting serious here. So I'm not used to it just because
I'm not.
B's not a player. Like B's not any type of player, but I've never known him to like really be serious with anybody. So I'm actually really excited for him because I know this is healthy for him. You know, he's working hard to get where he's at right now. And I'm just super proud of him to do that on his own. And now he's able to like have a healthy relationship with somebody. Because I feel in my experience, I've dealt with men who haven't, you know, gone to therapy, who actually don't even believe in therapy, who don't work on themselves. And then I end up broken because they're broken. So I just gotta, you know, shout out B for just being a, you know, stand-up person. And I'm just super happy to like see
Thank you.
So
I appreciate that.
So that's that. But just to piggyback on what you were saying, like, I will say that my standards, I think are, I don't think that they're outrageous, but I do like to travel. So I would like to be with somebody that also likes to travel. If they don't like to travel, I think that that'll cause, you know, some drift between us because he'll see me with my friends, you know, having a good time. And then he's going to think that I'm out here wilding or I'm, you know, and that's not even the case. When I travel with my friends, yes, we're having a good time, but, you know, it's usually just us. Sometimes the girls will bring their boyfriends, but other than that, it's just us girls having a good time. So one of my things is traveling is a big thing. You know, somebody who's actually, I just tweeted this yesterday and I kind of got some random responses, but I said, ladies, we have to stop giving jerks a chance. Nice guys are the move. So for me personally, I love a man who has manners, who has morals and values. That's huge to me. A man who's a jerk or who's an asshole, who thinks it's cute to, do petty stuff to me just to try to get me jealous, like that's such a turn off to me. I just noticed somebody do that to me the other day, and I just had to laugh about it because I'm like, first of all, mini me, like chill, like it ain't that serious, like it ain't that serious. So, so for me, I'm learning.
Wow.
I'm learning how to spot that type of behavior. If somebody's gonna be doing petty stuff to try to get to me, I'm like, grow up, like grow some inches and grow up, okay? So that's that.
No, I agree with you, Ange. But
Wow.
like B was talking about earlier, I don't know. I feel like maybe Sweetie, I mean, who knows? Maybe we're all taking out of the content or whatever, but like maybe she was meaning, if you got like a boss guy, like, my dude, make sure as much as I'm making the money too, maybe make sure he cop you X, Y, and Z, but maybe, I don't know, who knows? Or maybe she didn't meant it as, make sure he has whatever before you mess with them. But like Ange said, I feel like, a guy that I think, I don't know, what I got from you, Ange, is like, you got to walk the walk, but you got to talk the talk too. And I feel like when a guy is too much of himself, that to me is just like, it don't matter what you have, that if I don't know what's in you, I don't want nothing to do with you at that point. Because if it's just, there you go. So
that part.
I agree with you, Ange, definitely.
I noticed in LA, so when I had first moved back to LA, I had a boyfriend then, so I didn't really go out. But once I was single, I was like, oh, I'm ready to hit the town. So I was out at the clubs, and these men buy bottles for you. They have no problem splurging on you. However, somebody going home with him.
That's a fact.
So I learned that really quick because I was like, I was just here for a free drink. Like I'm just here to have a good time. So I learned that really quick. Like, yeah, they might give you stuff. They might pop some bottles. They might take you to nice dinners. But they're expecting something. That's for damn sure. And
Strings attached.
Huh?
It's strings attached to that drink.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, it's so easy to get caught up in that too, though. Like I won't say that I got caught up in it, but I've definitely have seen women get caught up in that lifestyle where that's kind of what they expect. Every time they go out is for a man to like splurge on them. And like I said, I'm okay with a balance. I'm all about the balance. You want to take me out sometimes and let's have a good time? Cool. But I'm also okay with, staying at home too. And I think that if a man is able to show you a good time with whatever resources he has, that shows a lot. If he can like put together a little picnic and take me out to the park, I'm happy. I'm so happy with that. It's all about the thought and it's the romance behind it. I'm big on romance. So, I mean, you can play a little song on your phone and we can slow dance to that under the stars and I am a happy woman.
Exactly. And not that you need somebody too to be like, I think the biggest upgrade for me has to be like, he has to be like my cheerleader. As much as I don't know if I can say that to a man, but like, somebody that's gonna support me. Somebody's gonna be like, if he sees me doing an interview or doing my damn thing or, seeing that I'm on grinding or like I can pick his brain while we're laying in bed at night and just sharing ideas, like that to me is like bigger than any material thing I can ever get from anybody. I feel like, having that, support system as far as, being like, that's my baby right there. Like she's doing the damn thing. Like, I feel like that to me is like gold to me. So, yeah, I mean, to each his own at the end of the day. I mean, to me, I just feel like it's more, I get more out of someone that actually shows that they actually care and are trying to like help me push towards my goal and vice versa as well.
Yeah, girl. That's a big thing right there for sure. And you definitely mentioned something about friendship. To me, like I want that friendship, like the best friend, lover, type of relationship. Like I need to be able, and B knows this, like I want to be able to wild out when we're out having a good time. And I also want to be able to like come home, throw my hair in a bun and not wear any makeup around you. And he's cool with that,
Exactly. Like even
100%.
if you're coming off from like you're going clubbing on a night and then you're too tired to take off your makeup, take off your wig, your weave, whatever. Because sometimes I'll be having braids in my hair and sometimes my poor son will have to unbraid my hair when it's time to unbraid it. I need a man to do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
But if I'm too drunk, when we get home from the club, if I'm too drunk, I need you to get a makeup wipe and take that shit off of me. I need you to unattach my ponytail and make sure you put that in the bag, because if you leave it laying around, somebody gonna think it's a rat or something. So, like, I need my man to like have my back and make sure, like, all right, I'm gonna make sure my girl's face don't break out, and when she wakes up, and I gotta make sure she don't get scared when she wakes up and sees her ponytail laying on the floor. She don't think it's a rat.
It's gonna be nice on the mannequin. He's gonna comb it out and leave it on the mannequin. Yes, all that.
B, have you ever had to do that?
No, I'm not mad at that though. Like, there's nothing y'all have said so far where I'm kind of like, oh nah, they wilding, they bugging. No, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with all of it. I'm down for it. I think that's the thing though. Like, it's, and I think this is also an interesting conversation for us, because when I do think about the people who I've talked to, that kind of feel otherwise, that kind of agree with Sweetie's take on like, nah, you got to be cashing out. You know what I mean? They are, there's a bit of an age gap between us and them. So I think you do kind of get to a point where you're just kind of like, look, I need something with a little more substance. I need, somebody that, I need more characteristics and qualities rather than money, material things, and bills paid and all that. Not saying, ladies, I'm not saying to go just mess with any bum ass, broke ass dude who, for whatever. If you have a standard of, okay, I want that, I'm grinding, I'm working hard, and I have this position in my company, and I expect that with my partner, the person I'm talking to, that I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about those. You got to have your standards. You got to have, you know what I mean? Like, I think you talked about it, Andrew. You have to have, you got to have some things that, a checklist that you're going off of. You can't just take anything, but it's also like, and Kay, you said also, you got to bring the equal part to the relationship, right? If I'm coming here with all of this stuff that I can offer you, what are you offering me outside of, maybe being attractive or what, whatever the case may be. So I'm sorry, I keep hitting my camera.
If I'm grinding, I expect you to, grind and do whatever you want as far as goals are concerned. I mean, I don't want to, either come home and you're over here playing like, Y2K, whatever shit. I'm just like, what
2K,
what
NBA 2K, NBA 2K, yeah, NBA 2K. Yeah.
There you go. So just like, what are we doing? Like, I don't know. To me, I feel like it's cool to have, a regular job, nothing, against that. But I feel like you do have to have some type of goals outside of the 9 to 5. That's just me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, I don't need somebody who's like, big baller. Now, if he happens to be a baller, thank you, Jesus.
Plus, yeah.
But if he's not, I'm okay with both of us, grinding out and, doing what we got to do to make shit happen. But I'm also not about to just be at work all day, come home to a dirty house, and you sitting there just scratching your balls and, doing nothing. Like, we're not about to do that. So I agree with B when he said about the checklist. That checklist has definitely helped me, because I have gone for the guys with nothing to offer, and I don't even know why I was even attracted to them in the first place. But I think for me personally, there's, like I said, the morals, the values, the manners, how do you treat other people? Like, if we go out to dinner and you're the waitress, that tells me everything I need to know about you. Because if you can't even treat somebody with respect who's serving your food, they might mess around and spit in my food. Like, no, we're not doing that. So I'm definitely very careful on watching how people treat others, or how, a man treats other people. And that tells me a lot about him. But as far as like money goes, I don't think money is the most important, but we're not gonna be out here broke either. Like, and I'm not gonna be sitting here just cashing out on you. Like, you got me messed up if you think I'm gonna be working over here, coming home, paying your bills, cooking for you, doing all this stuff, and you just get to sit at home with sweaty balls all day. That's not gonna happen. So, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ange got triggered. Ange got triggered. She thought about the last broke nigga she was with. You see, we not about to be up here, no money. She started listening to everything. Damn, sorry, bruh. Bruh didn't have his shit together, but yeah. Sorry, bad. I felt like you was reliving something just now.
I got a flashback, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
I
God.
could tell.
You know what?
I could tell.
When Kay mentioned about the at home playing the game, I'm like,
Oh, that triggered you.
I was like, I remember that. I remember those days. Yo, it's the worst feeling. You're at work all day, and then you come home and they just chilling, and the house is dirty, and like it's the worst feeling. So, fellas, wash your balls and clean the house, okay? If you're at home with the kids, make sure the kids ain't setting the house on fire either. You know, I'm not saying it's happening.
Hey, fellas, it ain't nothing wrong with a little 2K while your queen out there getting her coin. Live your life. It's on deck. No, I'm just joking. Not really, though.
B with his toxic ways. B's over here.
I'm just joking.
The toxic way.
I'm just joking.
I'll ask this. What is your toxic trait?
My toxic trait?
Mm-hmm.
I love too hard. No, I'm just joking. That's not mine. I think for sure self-sabotage, overthinking. I'm the master at that shit. I can overthink myself into a situation, which would then cause me to self-sabotage that situation, all based off of a scenario that I've created in my mind that doesn't have anything to do with the current reality that I'm operating in. So that's for me, that's the biggest thing that I'm always working through. And that's not even in relationships. That's everyday life. I deal with that. So yeah, for sure. That's for me, that's probably one of the big ones that I'm like, you know, the overthinking, allowing my over analytical brain to consume too much of what's happening, you know, inside of me. Definitely my toxic trait.
Okay. What about you?
I think playing victim and acting like, you know, it's okay, fellas. Like, if you did wrong, even if it's something petty, to get back at somebody, it's okay to put your big freaking, you know, underwear on and just be like, you know what? I fucked up. I'm sorry. Let's move forward. You know, I feel like I hate that to me, that's very toxic. I feel like that's just, you know, it just shows me that life was given to you. Everything was given to you. And you just feel like even if you've done wrong, people still owe you something. I hate that. Like, I hate a man that really comes off as just cocky when it comes to not apologizing when he's the one that did it. So, yeah.
Okay, so my toxic trait, are y'all ready? Because I don't think y'all are going to be surprised. I love being petty. When I tell you I love it, like, it makes me feel good. It makes me sleep good. Like,
yeah. It's on display this episode.
Are we talking about us being toxic or the other person? Sorry,
us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
no, that's cool. Kay ain't got no toxic traits. She's letting y'all niggas know how not to act. It's all good. I
am not toxic, but y'all.
Right. I'm not toxic, but let me tell y'all what y'all be
doing. I was having a flashback.
Yo, that's too funny. But we are running out of time, so I just wanted to, you know, throw a little, you know, fun question out there. So, Kay, go ahead and answer it before we go, because I really want to know what your toxic trait is.
I think my toxic trait is I don't call you guys back at all. Like, if I know what your occupation is, especially if you're in the same industry as me, I'll just be like, I'll just let him call me back. You know, when he got time, he's probably in the studio, he's probably doing this, or he's probably, you know, doing something. Like, I'll just let him call me back. And so they think I'm out there wilding, doing whatever, and like, oh, she's talking to X, Y, and Z, and all these bunch of guys, and they're not, you know, she's probably doing her thing, so F her. So that's how it's like, that's my toxic trait. Like, I think communication as far as like, if you're busy, call me back. But I don't know, maybe because I know how the industry is, and I'm just like, you know, I'm good. You know, call me when you need to, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I do the same. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm more I feel when dating wise, I feel like a man should pursue me. You know, I'm not going to be sitting here, you know, chasing after him. That's not even the nature of things.
Mm-hmm.
So you got me fucked up if you think I'm going to be sitting here calling you, texting you all the time. Nah, I ain't even got, it's not even in me to do that, but it's in me to be petty. I'll tell you that much. So that, like I said, the Lord is still working on me, and being petty just makes me feel so good internally that I really have to check myself at times. But I don't know if it's, you know, and I wouldn't even call it a toxic trait. I think it's a fun trait. If you can deal with it and you think that
A fun trait.
I think it's a fun trait.
I feel you, Ange.
That's a great way of putting it. No, I'm with you. Sure, fun trait. But you introduced a good topic that we should put a note in, because I actually have a differing opinion from you as far as men pursuing women and, you know, reaching out. So we can definitely talk about that later, because I know you said we was running out of time. But yeah, that's an interesting topic, because that's a topic I've always struggled with. But yeah, we can get into that for, you know, book market to be continued. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was great. I'm glad. I gotta be honest. I'm refreshed. I mean, I wasn't worried about y'all responses, but I'm refreshed to hear that, you know, you don't have to always buy the Birkin bag, and you know, it's a small number of women who feel like that. So fellas, if you're watching this, don't, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You know, just understand that the girls that want the Birkin bag are probably not the girls you want to be with anyway. So.
It's that Tyrone 2021.
Hey, put that on for real. Put that on and let them know what's up. I'm mad at that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. Great time, great talk. We back at it again next week once again. Signing off. It's your boy B Grace.
And I'm K Stephanie B.
And I'm your girl, Lena Rodriguez. We out.